real friends. How many of us? How many of us? How many jealous? Real friends. There's not many of us. We smile at each other, but how many honest? Trust issues. Switch up the number. I can't be bothered. I cannot blame you for having an angle. I ain't got no issues.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, That Guy Sews. On today's video, I'm going to be doing a Yeezy inspired oversized hoodie. So all I'm going to be doing is transforming an oversized hoodie that I currently have into what I believe my interpretation to be a Yeezy styled hoodie. I hope you guys like it. Give the video a thumbs up if you do, and please subscribe down below. Okay then, so this is a nice quick and easy tutorial for you, and we shouldn't be here too long. And the tools that you're going to need are one oversized hoodie or jumper, a cutting board, a rotary cutter with some sandpaper, and you're going to need some scissors. Now I haven't put this in the video, but I did need the scissors later on, so I thought I'd let you know that. First thing that you need to do is just chuck your hoodie onto the cutting mat, and what you're now going to do is just cut off the waistband of the hoodie. You can do this either with scissors or with a rotary cutter. The way that I've done this is use the waistband as a guideline and just follow just above that waistband right the way around, so that I have a nice clean even line right the way around the garment. You then need to do the exact same thing but for the cuffs of the sleeves. Now because my rotary cutter doesn't exactly fit all the way around and it's a little bit awkward, I decided to use my scissors for this part. Just be careful as you're cutting through your cuff, because if you cut too fast or too hard, you will just cut straight through the sleeve itself. And once you've done that for both sleeves, you just chuck them away because you won't need them for the rest of the project. So in order to get that sort of Yeezy style worn out sort of sweater look, what I've now done is I've just pulled out and stretched the jumper right across the bottom waistband, just giving it that oversized sort of stretched out distressed feel. And I've then repeated that process for the cuffs itself, so all three openings of the garment so far have been stretched out. Now don't be afraid to give it a good old tug, because all it's going to do is just stretch out that bottom hem and cause it to just turn up on itself, giving it that loop effect. So now we're going to move on to the more lengthy part of this video. Now you're going to need to get your sandpaper. I advise getting the best, strongest sandpaper as possible, because the one that I got wasn't quite as strong as I wanted it to be, so it did take me a little bit longer to get this process done. So yeah, go for the strongest, best one. Somewhere like Wix's or The Range or somewhere like that's going to be quite good to get that for you guys in the UK. What I then did is just strip the sandpaper down into smaller pieces and sort of wrapped it into my hand so I could really start pushing away at that jumper. At first you might think that you're not really getting anywhere, and it will take a while because you do need to get used to actually the movement of the sandpaper, so trying it in different directions and going against the grain of the jumper itself actually really helps. It took me a while to get the hang of it, but once I did, it really did start to show quicker. Now I've done this right the way around the jumper, so starting off on the front, giving it that nice distressed feel, moving on to the hood itself, and then going on to the back and finishing off with both of the sleeves. Don't be afraid to just take this jumper off and keep trying it on. Look at it in the mirror and see how even it is, see if you're happy with it. That way you can just keep going until you're completely happy with the look. So now we're moving on to the last step, and if you remember, we cut off the waistband, so currently you're going to have a pocket that doesn't have an end, so your hands will just go right down through the end of the jumper. So what we need to do is just take it over to our sewing machine and just put a straight stitch right across the bottom of the pocket to seal it off, starting and ending with a back stitch. When you've done that, all that's left to do then is just chuck on your oversized Yeezy inspired distressed hoodie and you're finished.